Oh, that's so much better. Good morning and happy Monday. And now I have the mic plugged in. Okay, so getting everything set up. I'm gonna get a couple things set up here. Here we go. Um, let's see. I think we're gonna try to make a couple of changes to the. Let's take that. There we go. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna fix the browsers real quick. Oh, that works. What about Godot? Wow, OBS is on its game today. All right. So one of the elements I've been talking with the eating native Rust folks, mostly Toast Eater, on in the Discord channel, and got a little task assigned to me. So I was going to try to do that. See if we can find the task. The task is so they've been going through and labeling things as good first issues. So I don't know if I've been annoying or just like wanting to help. Signee. Or, come on. I didn't catch my other characters. There we go. Implement display instead of toString. We were seeing this the other day with Godot string object. It has toString on it, but not display. And in Rust, if you implement display, you get toString for free. ToString in Rust is really there so that you can take things that implement it, but not really for implementing. So we're gonna go through and convert anything that has toString on it using the other format. Let's see, this is the docs. Man, I have too many windows open. All right, goodbye all the tabs. Those tabs to the right. Bye. There we go. Docs.rs. Pull up GD native again. Okay, it looks like they have a couple elements that implement toString. Let's see, what about object here? No, that doesn't implement it, it just has a toString object. What about variant? I'm guessing this is going to be the same for most of these. Their traits, do variant, from a bunch of things. And they have debug, not display. I wonder if that should be into string. I'm not sure. this one has 2-string implemented here. So it looks like it's going to be Godot string back. I don't think, let's see, just be consistent, check these. Oh, this one has display. Huh. Lots of variations there. Which one is the successful one? This one? Looks like it's this one. And node path. So it looks like it's only on the Godot string. So we're going to go over there. Right. Sorry, stuff going on here. We can't find a Go. It was born yesterday, and it's a new mother, kitted. Yeah, we have a mother's stall, and it's set up. It's pretty nice, but they're not used. Like if they're a first-time mom, they don't always. They're not always comfortable with it. She seemed to be okay at first. Just yeah, most of them don't do that. Try to bolt. Right. So I was trying to do this before. So a Godot string, when they have we're implementing 2-string on it, they called 2-string self.2UTF-8 called 2-string on that. I think what we want to do is use write. We're writing 2. We're right. What's a format of write? Shift K. It takes what you're writing to. Yeah, mutable W. Formatter. Does formatter implement? Let's go look at formatter real quick. I don't implement these very often. I'd like to try to get a good PR in. They do implement the write trait. Okay, and then they have write stir, write char, write format. Yeah, that's glue for the write macro. So we could either write a string slice into the writer, returning whether or not the writer succeeded, or we use just the write trait. Okay, but we need a string for that. right to F. Now, what does self have on it? It has a number of different elements, but do we really want to call 2 UTF-8s on it? Where is that implemented? I'm going to set a marker. And they have from stir to UTF-8, unsafe UTF-8 string get API. So we're calling that Godot string UTF-8. Huh. So yeah, a UTF-8 string is just a Godot char string. They also have debug. I wish they called toString on. I mean, it looks like, okay, so this Godot string looks like it lives inside of, Godot. One of these, it's a sys Godot string. So in order to get that, we do have to convert it to UTF-8. I wonder what this is, the Godot string UTF-8. Let's quick search on this. So it's returning a Godot character char string. Yeah, and this is some of the generated code. All right, well. I'm gonna do it more like this one down here. You now get rid of that. Expected stir found that. It feels kind of weird having the convert it and then write it to that. This is the right thing to do. It would be nice to be able to do this without this. To me, it seems like this is. Actually, I don't even know if this is allocating. Let's take a look at this again. Let's open another. And that seems okay. Don't touch that. Oh, that's funny. Oh, hello. We have a little visitor today. Oh, okay. Hold on. That's all right. We'll do this anyways. All right. So I'm gonna add a camera. Video. Actually, I've forgotten how to do this. That looks like a camera. Camera. Okay. Hold on a sec. All right. So here we go. This is baby goat. Oh, be nice. Say hello. So, born yesterday, huh? Yeah. You were lost and they found you. Mama hid you. Where did she hide her? Under the goat shed. Well, you got a little. Oh, okay. So that's a goat. We have goats. Surprise. All right, but looking at this Godot string UTF-8 bit. Let's see. Take a peek at that. Sorry if the Go is loud. Oh, they can get loud. Where is it? Can't see it in there. Oh, there it is. Returning one of those, which I can't tell if it's copied or not. I've been thinking of setting up a little camera stream, so like people could like watch the goats. But I'm afraid it would be more popular than my stream, so I haven't done that yet. That and I have an issue with power. I don't have power where the goats are. Anyhow, that's just silliness. What changed here? Did I actually change that? Oh, I did, because it's saying difference between two string. Yeah. Let's see if that works. I'm gonna grab a tissue. Be right back. There we go. Let's wire it up to use that. Where is that? Version equals that. Path equals. This one. Okay, let's see if that works. Interesting. I've seen that before. There's some other environment variable that you have to set in order to make that go away. Hmm. Hey, Jummit. Morning. Now find owner. Okay, this is my bug. That's okay. Looks like it compiled. Ah, yes. That's right. We were talking about setting this up so that it would then connect. I have some other bits here. So, and self. I'm going to look through some of these. Trying to remember. I'm trying to remember where I wanted to use the. the Godot string in a message. I thought it was in an error, but I don't remember. Right. Let's just try it out though. Let's go to look at Bootstrap. Of our string. Ah, that's right. I wanted to know in Scene Manager when we go to a new scene. Here we have this. We've got some unsafe code in here. No, it wasn't in there. Oh, maybe the scene path. Yes, that's it. This error, the scene path, should be a Godot string. So in these cases, we didn't have to print out debug. There we go. That should support our change and we should be able to test it. So gentlemen, what's going on in your part of the world? Let's give this a run. Seems to work. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more for debugging. It's the wrong one. Oh, I got rid of that, didn't I? That's right, we now have scene changer. Just want to test it out, make sure that it converts just fine. Let UD's stir is equal to go string from stir. Go print something. Easter. There we go. Give that a build. Start that. Login. Okay, yep. And then here at the bottom, our misspelling of something. That worked just fine. Great. Let's go back to the code, get status. It would be nice if we could do this without the 2-string bit on it. So what does 2 UTF-8 give us, actually? Just a UTF-8 string. What is that? I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Interesting. Well, it's UTF-8. You can. This is just a string. Let's make another change here. What if... Wait at that. Yeah, sure, that doesn't match. Get it? Just for fun. Oh, .0. Getting close, okay. I think we can convert this type to stir. I'll look in the browser. Convert a slice of bytes to a string slice from UTF-8 here. Are Godot strings all UTF-8? It supports Unicode. I see, and it's got a 2 UTF-8 on it. Is this a function that we're actually calling? I think it is. And packed byte array. Okay. Back in the code. I wonder if we're actually going in circles here. Before we were calling toString on the packed byte array. 0 with that Godot character string. Where do we find that? Do we have types in here? Not gonna give it to us. Why doesn't it know what that is? Hmm. Okay. So we have this structure here, and we're calling toString on that. Well, here we were toString. String's not anywhere near this. Ah, here we go, an impl for that. Self as stir. Okay, so we can avoid the allocation if we call self.asStir, or rather as stir, on that to UTF-8 bit. And they're calling unchecked. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Ah, yes. Extract into variable. Okay, that's better. Now we're not doing the string allocation, just the conversion, the UTF-8 stuff that they were doing before. Cool. They're gonna build. When we build that, it builds all their example code as well, which is nice. So we'll check. Happy Monday, buddy. See, for me, it's a holiday. Nice. Probably means more time in the garden. So let's see. A couple days ago, Saturday, we did one of these. Are you? Hugel Coulter, or as I guess we would say here, Hugel culture. But basically, what you do is you dig a hole. Hey, Carter, morning. You dig a hole. You fill it with sort of brown material, like wood, right? Like it could be anything. Or in this example, we filled it with stuff that was like trees, because we have trees here, dead trees. Had some downed trees that were kind of rotting. They were growing some fungus already. So we ended up, I dug down. The garden bed was 10 foot by 12 feet or so, maybe 15. So I ended up digging down, like in this picture here, the tough woody material. We basically dug a pit 2 feet deep, 12 by 15, filled it with logs, and then buried it with, of course, the dirt that you got out of the hole. And I had separated that into like the topsoil. Well, there was grass, there was topsoil, and then the undersoil. What do you just call it? Is it soil? Whatever. We buried the logs with the lower level, and then we did a bunch of chippings, so add a little bit more moisture retention, and then we covered the chippings with 8 inches or so of topsoil on top of that. So it's actually raised, which is good now that we have like these raised beds. It's not like raised in terms of like we built a raised platform or anything. It's just that those mounds are now above the surface level of the rest of the earth, which means that any of the cold air is going to be in the trough as opposed to the peak. It'll be in the valley, and it's going to hurt the plants as much. Might extend our growing season by like 2 days. So let's check on the code. Oh, good, it built. Let's try it again. Log in. Good. And that still worked. We're going to make a PR for the Godot Rust stuff. Status. Going to check out a branch for this. I like this much better. This is for Godot string. They had debug and toString, but in Rust you tend not to implement toString directly. ToString is kind of a trait that is available for anything that implements display. So if you implement display, you automatically get toString. And then you can constrain your functions or types with toString. Say like, oh, I only take something that implements toString. And it's most likely implemented on the other struct via display. Change that, get checkout HB Halsey / what was their number? Go back to the browser for a moment. Oh, you know what? Go to the code. We'll look at that. You can look at that for a moment. It's actually in a far off window. But yeah, that's a good example of how you would implement it. Hope you had a good weekend, Carter. How was everything? On 363. Bless you. Oh, good. Living the dream. All of us locked in our rooms, living the dream. Kidding. Kind of worn out stuff. Been limbing up a bunch of trees, trying to get a better view into the forest. Right now it's like this just wall. Certificate. Add. Okay. Make sure that's all we caught. Good. That's it. Number 3. Replacing give that a push. Okay, now was there anything else in here that had that simple 2-string? Okay. What's wrong with my searching? Simple. I should just be able to say 2-string. Okay, well, it doesn't exist. That's a good sign. Where am I? Right there. Display. Okay, that's there. Oh. Okay, I did get the FMT display. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Yeah, there it is. There we go. That's working. Yeah, a little sore. Oh, I actually used the camera earlier. Definitely go back. Showed a baby goat that was born earlier. Not today. It was born yesterday, and it screamed. I don't think it's a fan. Not ready for its time on camera. Then I showed my messy room. Actually, I gotta finish building this out. What was on that? Oh, we had Cheez-Its in the background, Cadbury cream egg. A finished wall. Alright, so now we're gonna go to the browser. Oh, not that browser. Actually, oh, you got the Pong example working. That's cool. Very cool. What do you think of the entity component system? While we're chatting, I'm gonna send that PR. I think I can say closes or this in. Looks cool, and you like how it's all broken up? A lot of pieces. Yeah, you end up with a lot of little bits like that with the ECSs, all the little components. But it's nice because now I can have like a monster versus a player. I don't have like these different classes. I just have sort of ID, and then they have a location, they have a health, they have these different things. And if I wanted to add something extra um, to like the monster but not the player, you can do that, and it's really easy. Hey Nomad, yeah, it's going all right. A bank holiday, yes, it is. It's nice. Um, I've been trying to use Godot with Rust, like Rust in Godot, and we just did a PR. So this should. Oh, okay. French. Um, that's good. Oh, doing a little clean up there. They had a couple other simple tasks that I was thinking of trying to do. Talking about Google culture a little bit ago. Go back to their site. Here. My water. Let's see. Label. We want something easy. Good first issues. Really got 5 good first issues. Macros don't work with lifetimes. I was using Rust and Godot. It's actually pretty straightforward. Couple gotchas. Sometimes it doesn't whine when you do something wrong. But other than that, it's been only had a couple of those moments where like, okay, well, what's wrong? Like, why don't I have any feedback? And I think that's my biggest complaint. Other than that, um, yeah, it's cool. Or array type lacks debug. Oh, we could pick this up. Let's see, where is vector2 array? Let's go see where that is. Instead of GD script, we should have WASM and Godot as scripting language. Oh, interesting. WASM. Oh, there's so many layers there. That'd be neat. All right, and then we got some tests here. I wonder if should have done a test with this. Oh, they do have tests. Oh, you know what? We should have added a test. Oh, maybe we'll do that real quick. What is a Godot test? I am not familiar with this. Oh, that's cool. So does this mean that I could use these types in my code? Or in my tests? What else do they have? Structure. All right, I have to look. Where is it? Oh, it's in GD Native Core. Hey, welcome Raiders. Dev Spajus. How's it going? We're working on the space thing now. We're working on using the Rust programming language in the Godot engine and making some changes to it. Because why not? I think we should have probably added a test in here for what we changed. All right, so in this case, we basically want foo. And we'll rebind foo. We'll just use it. Put a toString, and that's going to give us a. Does that give us a string? It gives us a string back. Yeah. Oh, was there an error? One more. There we go. I haven't built the test code yet. That might take a moment. Oh, you're rediscovering the joy of writing tests. Good tests help you go faster. Basically, the only reason I will write a test is if it accelerates development. All right. Now that has many different forms, right? Accelerating development. Sometimes it's ensuring that you don't have regressions. We're writing tests that don't ensure that. I don't know. I've just come across so many tests that are just worthless. Yeah, it saves you so much time through refactoring. It also increases your confidence, because you can just refactor, run it, and you know it's good. So much better. I mean, you make sweeping changes when you have a decent test base. Oh, look at this. It's going. I should have paid attention. What's up here? I guess string's going to be in there somewhere. Yeah, doesn't look like anything failed. Those are ignored, but that's not what I did. Cool. All right, get status. Git add GD native. There we go. Hopefully that gets incorporated into the PR. And he already responded. Oh, goodness. Okay. Yeah, he basically said that um, the answer returns a reference, so why do we have the double reference on it? Valid, and why we have PRs. Yeah, tests and Rust are a joy to work with. I've really enjoyed it more than doing like front end tests in JavaScript or like doing like one page apps, which is all the rage now. It's like my day job. I'm not a huge fan of like testing that stuff because I find a lot of the tests for single page apps fails so many things that you actually care about. Well, a lot of the front end tests, you're checking to see like, oh, is the structure correct? Are all these elements correct, right? But what are you actually checking? You're going to be checking maybe DOM structure, right? Because something or whatever reason relies on the DOM. No, like, what do you care about in a UI, in a web page, that you can see something, that it looks right, and that its behavior is correct, right? Now, how do you check in test code that you can see it? Well, there you're getting into like visual regression testing, and that's fraught with peril. Different renderers on different machines with different resolutions and all this stuff. That can be sketchy, right? Yeah, yeah. You basically have to set up quite the infrastructure to get decent visual regression testing. All right. And so after you get past the visual regression tests, then you have to say, well, is it interactive? Which means that you have to have something actually click the actual DOM. Now, if you're not rendering it in a browser, how do you know that you don't have some other div that's transparent and capturing clicks on top of it? So most of what I've like, other than really complicated, maybe a sort or some sort of business algorithm that you're using in client code, you can do unit tests on, but doing visual testing in unit tests in a browser or again like Node.js is really, really hard to do in a valuable way. All right, so and he's like he, she, it. I don't know. Toski just really on um Discord. He's always there. I don't know what time zone they're in, but let's make sure that's pushed. Did I forget that? JS DOM, headless DOM implementation. Will JS DOM catch that use case I found before, or that I was talking about before, where you have a button that is occluded by something else? You can't actually click on it because um, some CSS has altered another div and placed it on top. Yeah, that's like, does JS DOM take into account CSS? Yeah, I don't think it does either. And well, that's I mean, unless you don't have CSS on your page, can't imagine a website without CSS on it anymore. Yeah, and I struggle with that. I actually wrote a whole bunch of tests with JS DOM. I don't know, like a couple thousand lines, and they have not failed once. And I know that we've had to go fix bugs in those areas. So I would have to say the value is actually really low, unless you have an API contract, which is the DOM. It looks like you would like them squashed. We're gonna squash those. Okay, we got 3 on there. Get rebase dash I had. Squash that. Squash that. One commit. Go to the browser. Yeah, so unless the JS DOM, like the DOM structure itself, is part of some API contract. I don't know. Doesn't seem all that valuable. That little helper, Jest. Yeah, we use Jest as well. Have you ever had Jest DOM find a bug that you needed to fix? Yeah, there we go. That was fun. Trying to get in there, into the GD native Rust. I don't like taking on like extra libraries without being willing to work on them and understand them. So I'm going to commit to Godot and I'm going to commit to GD native Rust. I want to start to understand it a little better. Okay, there's our pull request. Back in here. Label. Good first issue. Run Clippy and CI. Oh, interesting. Hmm. Oh, that's interesting. Clippy should be used in the pipeline stage. Oh, let's take a look. Basically, they have this one here. Run Clippy and CI. I wonder what is their CI mechanism? Are they using actions? Oh, I clicked on save page. I didn't. That go back. Doesn't look like it. What? Thought I saw something in here that um. There we go. I don't see any checks in here. Strange. Is it just not visible to? Because I'm not signed in the browser? Oh, they're using Travis CI. Yeah, it just doesn't show in that browser. It's over here. Oh, wow. Fancy. I've never used Travis CI. Is there like a... What am I thinking? Is there a config file for this? Like a description file? There must be. Pull request. Commit that. Yada yada. I'll see. Oh, view config. Oh, I see. It's the Godot Rust Travis. Oh, wow. iOS simulator? No way. That's pretty cool. Build script, okay. Getting Godot. All right, well, let's take a look. No, we want to run Clippy. Not that one. We'll go Clippy. Wow, couple, 19. Here we're getting the inner pointer of a temporary C string. Say function docs miss safety section. Oh, interesting. explicit lifetimes given in parameter types where they could be deleted. I think that's probably a lot more effort here. This user data element there is going to be about every unsafe function that they have documented. No corresponding is empty method. That's true. Wow. Couple things. That didn't get anything. I don't know. Which one should we do next? I'm leaning towards not this one yet. Macros don't work with lifetimes. Hmm. Oh, interesting. It should probably yield an error about having to be static, but also reminds me that it doesn't handle any type of arguments. Godot can't know the lifetime of objects as they can be freely allocated and deallocated. Not using our AI. You can prove it. If you can't prove it, you should use shared ownership. Alright, but I think the point was oh, let's see, I'm not really sure what to do on this one. It seems like they've basically discussed it and said lifetimes should be static. Okay, gotta go back one. Adapter for consuming GD script custom iterators. Interesting. Implement missing basis and transfer methods. Okay, let's start with this one. Byte array, color array. Push array. Line access guard. Interesting. What does that mean? Oh, you're not in the code with me. Here we go. They have these define access guard and two. Oh, they have a read guard and a write guard. Okay. Where do they implement iterator for this? What is? Oh, that's a variant array. Okay. So down in here, we have a vector2 array. They push into it in the test. What is this doing? Array.read. Where does that come from? Turns read. Oh, I see. So you get a read as slice. Huh. Yeah, I wasn't familiar with that part of their API, this read element. Returns a read guard and a write guard. Yep. New reference. Copy on write array. We're going to write into it. The write shouldn't have affected the original array. I see. Oh, that's cool. Wow. So if it's got an iterator, do we have format already in here? No. All right, let's look at this. Debug list. Creates a debug list builder designed to assist with creation of format debug implementations for list-like structures. Interesting. Back to the code. Good. Ooh, I left the game running. No wonder my CPU's cooking. It shouldn't be cooking. Where were we? Entries. Now, what do we have on self? Does it have iter? No, they said they had iterators on these elements. I believe them. Drop default, okay. I'm not seeing where that iterator code is. Well, let's just try it out. Self.iter. Oh, no semicolon on that. Self.0.iter? Or do they have it on their inner type? Okay, where is that defined? Here. Yeah, I'm only seeing this for variant array. Maybe that's it. Maybe we convert it into a variant and then iterate over it. What is a variant array? Godot array? Yeah, I don't think we actually want that. And that has iter on it. So in this case, where they're converting from the variant array, I'm not seeing an iterator on this. I was looking at I don't know. Toastgator's saying that vector2 array already has an iterator in this element here. All of these already have iterators. Vector2 array. This is the file we were in. Huh. Let's see, I'm looking at this issue. I'm writing this into the GD native channel on Discord. The task says that there is an iterator for those types. I've not found it for vector2 array. It does seem to exist on variant array. Okay, so The task says that the iterator for that there is an iterator for those types. I've not found it for vector2 array, although it does seem to exist on variant array. It doesn't seem like we would want to convert vector2 array to variant array just to iterate plus debug. Where is the... Okay. Oh, back to the code. So, let's see. Let's write a test and actually see, can it iterate? For foo, or let's see, for v, and format. Oh, just something. I want to see the test fail. Huh. I don't see it. I'm thinking we have to implement it. Why are they using range here? Oh, that's neat. That's a really neat use of range. Hmm. Yeah, at least there. So if we go, I want to go look at the docs again. Not Wireshark. Over here. Say we have a byte array. It doesn't have an iterator. Export from to variant. Okay. The variant array has a number of elements that are different from, let's say, a vector2 array. Vector2 array, from variant array, push, push array, insert, invert, remove, resize, get, and set. Also has read and write. Ah, is it read? Oh, wow. What is this? Yeah, okay, so it's off of read. Okay. I didn't know that. We call read, we do the iterator. There we go. That makes more sense now. Okay, that means we're going to implement this here. Read, iter, finish. Oh, left in the browser. All right, everybody gets a point. So yeah, we actually have to call read on there. I hadn't seen this in their APIs before. Okay, so now let's go back down here. We have this. I don't need to do this. This was just some test code. All right. This should technically fail. Oh, what's this one? Shorthand struct initializer. Let's give it a test. I'm going to pour some tea while it's doing that. We're sporting the mint green tea today. All right, now that test should fail. Actually, we should probably have just tried to run it for just that one test. Interesting. Did it not fail? Why did it not fail? I mean, there's no way that. Correct. Did this? We're looking for test vector2 array access. Ah, look, test source lib. Okay, I need to add it to that. for a debug. Can we just do that? Oh, that's probably the wrong one, but and it passed. All right, let's just run them all. It should not have passed. Did I save the file? Okay. That's saved. What about the lib file? That's saved. This should not be equal. Yeah. Or can I only have one Godot test per? Maybe that's it. Okay, let's move this up. So if this is it, where we use the read function in order to get an iterator, it should be really straightforward. We should be able to do this pretty quick. If we can get a test to fail. Oh, come on. Why are there 0 tests here? There are just no tests there? Maybe we have to run it inside of there? Why wouldn't the workspace one take care of this? Maybe we should check CI. Of course. Yeah, not very many tests. I was expecting more. And I'm not seeing the tests that should be working either. We just toss this down here. Okay, we're gonna leave that in that window over there. Where's Travis? Travis. YML, there we go. Interesting. All right, so maybe include that. Cargo build. Oh, CI stage cargo test. Yes, that looks good. Trust stable on Linux. Oh shoot, you know what? I have a feeling that I'm running this different than they are. What if these tests, these Godot tests, are actually run from within Godot? Yeah, they're run from inside of Godot. Oh goodness. Okay. That's why it doesn't work. Let's put this back in there. Okay, there's that. Let's go back over to Travis one. Let's see what happens when we run this. That's the environment. What's the command? We just run cargo test? What have they done? Or if that like pops up on Godot on my screen, I'll let you know. But if that's the case, that's an interesting way of being able to write unit tests in Rust, but then have it run inside of Godot. What I set up the other day was the um, GUT library just to do that. The little project inside of Godot. Hey Rio7, am I in gameplay part now? Kind of. Um, I'm actually converting some of the GD script code into Rust code, as I was sick for a couple weeks and thought that's what I wanted to do most. Um, I'm a little surprised, but sorry, but not probably in the gameplay part that you're thinking of. It's just I'm working on the client again. Um, in fact, I'm actually working on the GD native Rust bindings, trying to implement some new stuff for them. So what ran this? GD native test. Nothing failed. Doesn't seem like it ran it in like I'm running the wrong thing, I think. But how do I know what the right thing is? Do I need a headless Godot? I don't think so. Oh, scripts, here we go. Test. Oh, all features. Okay. So this is what we wanted to go through and do. So first it does this, so on. For every one of these? Only for the ones that have Godot test on them. Ah, I see. Interesting. Okay, well, in this case, let's pretend we have this. Let's go with CD test. CD test, oh, that exists. Cargo build. Do that next. Oh, that was quick. Copy that. There. Oh, no such file or directory. CI stage Godot test. Yes. Wait, why didn't that exist? Because we should have built it right there. That's what that... target, debug. Yeah, it's not there. Is that because of this LLV big path bit? No, I don't think that's it. I think there's an actual solution to this. I was having a conversation with one of my kids actually. They were working on. They were getting native stuff to build on Windows. And it turned out they had to set some environment variable to get past this issue. I'm trying to remember what the environment variable was. Trying to find my chat with. Oh, okay. It wasn't there. Where would it have been? Oh, in Discord. That's right. I chat with my kids in Discord. Almost there. All right. That's not. Okay, wrong kid. Requirements. Here we go. Oh, where is it? It's not there. Not in that one. Okay, I have no idea where I was chatting with my kid. It's not over there. Go back. I thought it had been some of the documentation here. It needs bindgen, that stuff. And on Windows, some extra stuff. Oh, probably look at the guidelines. Sure. All right, let's run cargo test all real quick. Oh, they've got all sorts of stuff in that on that page I'd never looked at. Yeah, they explain this whole thing. Okay. We do these 4 things. That still doesn't exist. I hope it's not because of this. Where could that be? A conversation I had with my daughter. I know the answer's in there. Not over iMessage. I think. Take another look over there real quick. Yeah, I don't see it over there. Talking about like acrylic paints and stuff. Nope. Where else could it be? I mean, Discord, it makes the most sense. No, it's not in there. Right. Okay. I think what's going on, and what's wrong here, is that this LLVM config prefix thing just doesn't exist. Right? They got rid of it, I think, or something about it. Regardless. I should just build everything. Target debug. These are the dependencies. Where's our test? We've got these other binaries. Those aren't binaries, are they? What are they? Kind of look like binaries. What happens if I run spinning cube? Oh, that's a test. Great. So this lib gdnative or test lib gdnative or oh, there it is. Oh shoot. Ah, okay. Just maybe me. I was copying this stuff off of this page, but it doesn't make sense. What I was doing, I was just copying this verbatim, not realizing that, well, the extension is different on Linux versus OS X. I have to copy the right file. Let's do that. There we go. I copy that to project lib. Ta-da! And now we run Godot, give it the path to this project. Where is Godot? Godot's, was it applications, Godot, content, Mac OS, Godot. And I think we can do this headless. Wow, lots of stuff here. Nice, wow. Useful together with script. Hmm. Well, let's just do that. And the command we're supposed to pass is -- path to the project. Oh, interesting. It actually ran it, destroyed it. No library is set for this platform. I see. Let's go fix that. Now, what was it for this one? Is it in here? CD and lib. Yeah, I'm not sure on the format on this. But I think it's going to be similar. That here's entry. So we can just do OSX, I believe. Okay. X.64. That's going to be res : / lib. Oh, what was the file extension? There we go. And that should work for that. Close. Hey, lovely. Okay, so we got that working on OS X. Good. Oh, that's awesome. I probably want that separate. All right, back to vector2 array. That goes away. How do we iterate quickly on this? Cargo build. Is it just cargo build and then cargo test? Wizard Frag. Good morning. How are you? I'm doing well. Well, playing around with BD Native in Godot. Trying to get familiar with it, the whole build system. When I include libraries like this in projects, I like to try to get familiar with them, like really familiar, make changes to them, stuff like that, because inevitably you'll find something. You'll need it fixed. It's best just to go in and fix it, help out. I have no idea how many hours they've spent doing this, but I am grateful. All right, so now we'll do this again. Oh, interesting. Oh, I thought I've fixed that. Why did that not? Cargo build should have built that. Oh, no, we needed all features, right? So I'm not sure. View test. Go there. We run test all. That code shouldn't be as part of test. It should be somewhere else. Interesting. So here, it looks like testing. We run test all in the root. There, run this. Okay, so we did the first one. View test. Just real quick. That did get saved. Good. So it shouldn't panic here with the EU thing. All right, so now we're in test. Now we run cargo build. Yep, no changes. Oh, I forgot to copy the file. Okay. Oh, yes, but it's not that. It's dy lib. Okay. So if we put these all together, be cargo build and this, right, followed by this. And that. There we go. Oh, good. Now we're down to one error. Oh, so much better. Okay. Should be this. They don't match. We'll get rid of the panic. And that looks perfect. Anybody else do that? Like run the test, verify the output, and then put the the expected in. I just didn't want to like get all the dots and the spaces and everything. bet it's going to be just a 4-day week. I might try to take Friday off. I don't know. I had been saving up my vacation time, a lot of vacation time, because I was gonna like have wedding anniversary this year, and I was gonna go do something. But all that do something stuff is no go this year. Way too bad. Really bums me out. Oh, look at that. What is this? Correct number of parameters. Part 2, but got 1. Best source lib, line 190. Have that open. Oh, something else is broken? We stash our stuff. Build it again. Again. Kendo, thank you for the follow. Kendo458. I don't think that my changes cause this to break. Correct number of parameters expected at most 5. I got 6. Where is this? The test is successful when and only when these errors are shown. Oh, interesting. Okay. Fine. All right. Well, that's good. Go back to this and basically we're going to be doing this same sort of thing before those other, was it 6, 7 types? So that's vector 2 array. Let's do vector 3 array. Vector 3 array here. Okay. Oh. Oh. Godot popped up suddenly. It's like, boom. But it just ran the tests. Yeah, those worked pretty well. The test is successful when and only when these errors are shown. Great. I'm just gonna snag those. Okay, now we need to vector 3 array debug. Gonna put that next to this one. There's debug. There's our big list of things to do. Oh, yes, that's not a vector 2. Look at this. Format. Okay. That's probably gonna work. That's vector 3. Variant array. That one's in. This one might be a little different. We'll skip that. Come back. No, let's just do it. Variant array. Okay, so first, standard format. That seems to be their convention. I would normally write it all the way out, but I'm trying to be a good code citizen. Do they have a different function? They have length in here. Sort. Yeah, they have iter here, so we need to use iter on this instead of read. That build? No, still going. Oh, it just ran. Good. And we'll check these, make sure they're correct. We have 1, 2, 3 for the first element, yes. 3, 4, 5 for the second, and 5, 6, 7 for the last one. Good. We'll just keep that going. What do they call theirs? Test array. Interesting. Test array debug. Oh, it just ran. Good. Okay, that's succeeded so far. So for a variant array, we create one like this, toss some stuff into it. Boolean bar. Oops. Push. And from stir. String, whatever. Okay. Sure, let's give it something else from bool. True. And from some sort of number type. Sure, I64. 42. That's right, it doesn't implement debug. That's next. For variant array. Debug list entries. And for the entries, we give it the iterator on self.iter.finish. Return that. Okay. Ah, what's this though? Oh, do I have to keep these out? These are the lifetimes. Say, will it just let me do this? Okay. Build that. We'll take it. Oh, expected a semicolon. That seems fine. Oh, we forgot to do the test array bit. Test array. start that again. What is this missing semicolon bit? Does that not exist? Vector 3 array debug. This one worked. This one should work. Oh, good. Oh, look at that. Godot string. Cool. I64. Oh, beautiful. I think I want to change the word string though. That's doesn't look right. Not in a test. No, not test string. Let's just do hello world. There we go. Yeah. That run. APX plays. Good morning. How's it going? And thank you for the follow. Oh, also, GD script. We're doing. We're actually working on. We're working on the GD script Rust library. Yeah, that's the one. The GD native Rust. We're going through some of the good first issues because I am using Rust as the scripting language, or excuse me, for Godot. When I take on something like this, I really want to understand the library better, and trying to jump into the project and get good at it, or at least get good enough that I could fix something should a need arise. Cool. Okay, so that worked. Hello world, just fine. And we're actually working on this issue. We got the first three elements done. We're gonna look at string array next. Where do they implement string array? Here it is. Okay. Variant array, push string array, insert, invert, remove, resize, get, set, length read. Okay, so we're gonna have to use the read function. I love going through and just getting to know the code better. Granted, the library isn't all that well documented, but going through and making changes and trying to understand the library really just helps solidify my understanding of it. So in this case, it's going to look very, very similar to one of these. So don't hate me. I'm going to copy paste some stuff here. Follow this. Debug. Okay. We'll update that in a bit. Standard format. Now we need the iterator. Was it? No. We want to import debug. This one. But you know what? Let's try to do this from memory. For a string array. I'm going to lean on Rust Analyzer here, build that function out for me. Debug list dot entries self dot read iter finish. Okay, give that a compile. All right, what's the next one on the list? Next one is in 32 array. Right? There we go. Assert equals format. So that compared with this, what do we think it's going to look like? It's going to look like 0 space 1, 2, 3. 0 to 8 non-inclusive. There we go. Let's make sure this gets ported. All right, now did I get the rest of those? Vector 2 array, debug, vector 3 array, yes. Variant array, which is just array. Array, there it is. String array, we didn't add to this yet, did we? Just string array. I think we did that one, we just didn't hook it up yet. Okay. Oh, did I save them all? Right, all. There we go. That's string array. Oh, float 32 array. And it looks like they're probably gonna have the read and writers. Debug list. We'll finish that. Go. Go snag some of their test code. Godot just popped up. Oh, interesting. We have foobar baz here like that. I guess it is a string array. Okay. Is that correct? Foo, bar, and baz. Looks all right. Okay. So 5209, good morning. Happy Memorial Day. Float 32 array. I'm feeling lazy. I'm gonna go snag that line. Zero, one. See, are these gonna be? Hold on. I'm just gonna say it like that. Close that back up there. Good. Let's make sure that we register this function for their test library. Run it. How was your weekend? Oops, too far. Oh, you had yours at the beginning of the month. Yeah, isn't it strange how we all remember things on different days? I guess it's not that strange. We like being different. Yeah. Which one's next? Next, that was float 32. Oh, it just finished. Oh yes, it does have the dots in them. Good. Yep, there's our floats. Now we're gonna do color array. Oh, interesting. Okay, there you have reader and writer on there. Good. Use standard format. Oh, it's been weird going from using no design patterns to trying to use them. I think a lot of people get into that, but what they don't realize is you naturally use design patterns without knowing the name of them, and then you get into more complicated design patterns, like what you've been looking at with the dependency injection or inversion of control stuff. Let's see, this is color array. Okay. Sort of equals. Oh, I missed a format there. Oh, yeah, integrating them. Yes. And that's good though. spending the time going through, writing them out, just knowing them. All right, that's color array. The next one is byte array. And this one's going to look near identical. Oh, it surprised me. The Godot popped up. That means it's done. Oh, look at these. All these colors are written out longhand. RGBA with floats. Oh, if you look at your current projects on GitHub, they're such a mess. It, you know, just going through and writing code, just makes code better, right? Especially if you're focusing on making it better. I guess just writing code doesn't, but if you have the mind to improve and learn, then having this sort of progression on GitHub, I think it'll be revealing. Yeah, this is all in Godot, the GD, their color objects. Let's go back to color. Oh, interesting. So in this case, we're going to snag that. Drop that in there. That's not correct though. I forgot the brackets. There we go. Oh, did I register that other function? Probably not. Something's gone wrong here. Oh. Because I added define twice. RGBA, yes. Okay, that might be it for this task. Let's see, what else do we have here? We got them all, color float, all of those. Let's see, it ran. Go back to the code for a moment. Oh, it's just a byte array. Okay. Just simple. Does it make sense? 0 to 8, non-inclusive of the 8. Yes, that makes sense. Okay, that should be good. You've been programming for 7 years now, but it feels like we'll already know more than you in 1 year. I don't know. eh, hmm, that can be rough. I found that during my times of like really good kind of growth have been when I've had a good mentor. And I know like in the beginning of my career, I was mostly self-taught because I didn't have a good mentor. And then I switched jobs and got paired up with a excellent mentor, and that just changed everything. So I definitely look for like a good mentor, even going to like meetups or whatever for your local area for that sort of programming thing. I mean, in my area, we have nothing like a Rust meetup, um, which is why I hang out on Twitch really, because I wanted to learn Rust, build a game, and um, it actually worked out really well. And getting into the community too, getting feedback on PRs, it's a really good way to kind of get that second set of eyes, get some guidance. All right, so this is status. This one I want to be separate. We're going to check out a different branch. Git checkout dash b all z slash, and what was this? This is 364. Status. Yep. This is for byte array. It's good. Good. Okay. Those there. 364. Adding debug for core array types. Closes 364. I'll put that in the PR. Now let's see. Do they have any type info? I think I've already run format on this. My editor already does that. But they had some guidance. Where was that? Little contributor section. Yep, this is the contributing page. Did I figure out the scene switcher? Yes, and we can go over that in just a moment. It works out okay. Um, it is. I like the API that kind of came out of it, but the implementation I think is a little weird. Let's see. We did this. Just double check. Did that succeed? Probably just run that again just for good measure. Yeah, that worked. Okay. License. Oh, license. Unless you explicitly state otherwise, and you MIT, that's fine. Branch from the master branch, and if needed, rebase current. Okay. If it doesn't merge cleanly with master, you may be asked to rebase. Fine. Small as possible. It's correct independent. Yep. Your patch is not getting reviewed, or you need a specific person to review it. You can at reply a reviewer asking for a pull add test relevant to fixing bug or a new feature. Okay, good. And this is just me editing. My editor does that automatically. Let's see, most types, most Using self-read editor. Only variant array. Okay. G push dash U origin head. Oh. Actually, G get push dash U origin head. Okay, I'm going to open that. I have to do that in Chrome. You're not going to see it. Okay, pull request. There we go. Oh, and yeah. Gonna pull that up now. Browser. So we have this. That works. Now it says that it's doing something in Travis. That up. Been running for 39 seconds. Cool. Wonder what the previous one was. Go here. History. Hey, my last one passed. Okay. Wow, it took an hour and 17 minutes. Whoa. Is that consistent? It is. Oh. Okay. All right. That's cool. Okay. Now there's a little bit of a conversation going on in Discord. Let's see. Toast Eater is responding to Parafel. Oh, they're talking about the oh wait, one stuff. Okay. Oh, we can do refer to a slice, so maybe the iterator isn't needed. Interesting. Huh. Let's see, which one's next? You know what? It's 9:07. I'm probably over time. This was fun. Oh, let's look at scene changer real quick. So scene manager. The scene manager has oh goodness, a couple things. It has a node. Okay. Now I have this kind of like awkward. Oh, what's the best way to describe this? So this file is scene manager. And scene manager has some signals registered. It inherits from node. Okay. It also emits a signal. So whenever a scene is changed, anything can listen for this path where we're changing scenes. You can go from one place to the other. The problem I was having was I wanted a much better API than I had in the beginning. So I went with an API that looks like this. So now I just say scene manager go to, and then whatever the next string is. I could pass a hard-coded string here, whatever it is. I really like this interface. So anything that can be passed to a stir reference passed into this, which is nice. Problem was that in order to get a hold of like the singleton, the actual scene manager singleton, I had to keep a reference to a node somewhere. And so it's actually stored in this little static, the lazy static. So I keep it in there instead of an option so that when scene manager starts up, we look at ready, it's given an owner, and given that owner, we can go through with the owner's tree and get the scene that basically started up. And then we save that in that lazy static. Not the, I wish there was a better way to do this. I haven't figured one out yet, but it works. And well, working code, shipping code, and as long as it doesn't blow up people's devices, we should be fine. So should be good enough. Scene changer though, I didn't. Oh, I did get scene changer working. Scene changer calls scene manager, and scene manager. We go to Godot here, a little Godot. We're going to take a step back. We're just talking about scene manager being a singleton, and this is where it gets registered inside of the Godot project. So when the app is running, we do run this. I'm not going to show the app for a moment. We're going to go to scene and go to remote. So here, this is the actual scene graph of the current scene. You can see that scene manager exists. It's like the first thing in there. Oh, it feels like what you've been doing in your Java project. Oh, that's fun. So this is the where we get that -1 when we look in the scene, because the last loaded scene is going to be well, the last one in the list. So that's why we have the child count -1. Okay. And the scene changer itself, if we go back to Godot, we go to, let's say, the welcome scene, file system, scenes, welcome. If we look at this scene, these buttons now, login, it just has the scene changer script attached to it. So that plus a little signal, calls scene change on that little script. So whenever a button is called, we can basically attach those little scene changers to this and wire up the next scene, or basically what scene we transition to when a given signal is activated. They're usually like on buttons, like some things that are pressed, really what we care about. So in this case, we go to login screen. If you click on the login button, nice. So that's what we've been working on. All right, I gotta get going. It is coffee time, and I got a bunch of farm duties I gotta take care of here. We're gonna barbecue today, so yeah. Oh, I've never used JavaFX. Getting warmer. Yeah, it's getting warmer. And we got some, I've got twice as many goats as I want. So we're going to barbecue today. We're going to raid this games. Yeah, it should be fun. Mistis Games hangs out with us on Niwa's channel. Raid him. Raid them. So, all right, y'all. Until next time, bye bye.